Hey guys, I'm NATO King and this is Space Quest 4. Last time I wasted a lot of time doing some really boring and repetitive stuff that didn't get me anywhere. Although I do now have enough money to buy myself a nice dress. So let's go do that. Please excuse the glacial pace, I think there's just too much stuff happening in that screen. And back to... I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of this place.
Oh, it's you again. What do you want?
I'd still like to buy that dress. I'm terribly sorry about that little misunderstanding.
Well, okay. But don't try that again. If you have to be weird, fine. But we don't appreciate shoplifters, dear.
At least they have a different conversation here the second time.
I'm sure this will suit that special someone's needs. It's all the rage. I suppose you'll want to try it on now. Here, use this dressing room. And honey, if your special someone needs a wig, this one should look pretty good on you.
That logic doesn't really follow. But who cares?
Very lovely, honey. It's made for you. Would you like us to wrap it up? Or would that special someone prefer you to wear it home?
I think I'll wear it home.
Just what we thought. That will be 60 buckazoids, sicko.
Alright, I've actually got enough to pay, so let's do it.
Appreciate it, hun.
And just to check, I've got a single buckazoid left in the world. But that's more than I need.
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
Alright, time for my night on the town. Or at least a nice walk around the mall. So, let's see if I can make it to the staircase. No, not by a long shot. But oh well. Aside from the arcade, there's fun stuff to do almost everywhere. Actually, let's check out Monolith Burger here.
What can I do for you, doll?
Hey, he's almost polite.
I'd like,
We're out of it. We're out of everything, including employees.
Yeah, I know.
Would you like to apply for a job?
Not really. I've got all the money I need. So, alright, let's get back to, I forgot which way the conveyor belt was going, and... yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to race it. Then again, while I'm going this way, I might as well stop in the big and tall.
I am dearly sorry, miss. This is a male clothing store.
Yeah, I know, but hey, fine. Just roll off and leave me standing here.
You talk to yourself. You'd better not. Something might answer. There is no reply.
Yeah, so men can buy women's clothes and women can't buy men's. What is the world coming to? Alright, let's get going in the right direction again. heading off toward that ATM. And yeah, I know I took the long way around, but I do want to stop at a couple places on the way. Mainly here.
Real ladies don't go 0G swimming in a dress.
Really? Well, what about that the Girl Scout there? She looks like... forget it. Moving on again. And Software Access is closed now that I've bought the hint book. Kind of a shame. But the responses are only slightly different if you go in there dressed as a woman, and I'll save that for the bonus video. And of course I could head straight to the ATM, but let's see what happens if I try to leave while I'm in disguise. Maybe they won't know it's Roger Wilco.
Boy, isn't it just like a sequel police cyborg to guard the main entrances and exits?
See, I just like the way they redid some of the game over animations with Roger in a dress. But we still can't leave. Just in case anyone was thinking that all we needed to do was disguise ourselves as a woman to get out of here. I mean, it seems sensible. And of course I'm standing right in front of the machine.
It would serve.
See, I love the future. There's no such thing as security or pins or anything. It's just, are you the same gender as the person whose card you stole? Whoa! Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay. Let's hit the button that does something. Only one option. Alright, we've got the money, and it doesn't say anything special if you try to withdraw from an empty account, so we're all done here. Now I got me plenty of money. Is it a pirate on that coin? Oh well. So, moving on. I could, of course, stop at Radio Shack and pick up that adapter, but you don't want to do that yet. At least I don't think you want to do that yet. It's possible that there's a way to undo it if you do it too early. I don't know, and I'm sure I'll find out later. Of course, having passed the Monolith Burger, I realized there was something I never got around to doing, which I definitely need to try. Can I actually get a job here?
What can...
I'd like,
We're out! Would you like...
I can cook.
No can do. What with you being female and all?
What, you male sexist pig?
A fairly accurate description, I think. Alright, so moving on. Haltingly and jerkily, and suddenly I realized there's something else that I forgot to do at the Monolith Burger. This is how well I plan my videos in advance, everyone.
Wow! It smells just like a giant, juicy, delicious Monolith Slug Burger combo. Not with your taste buds.
Okay. Possibly vaguely amusing to someone somewhere. As it is, I'm getting rather tired of watching Roger walk around that way. And the dress is getting old, too. Time to turn this thing in.
Having already purchased the dress, you decide to stick with men's clothes from now on, even though it was almost too enjoyable.
Okay, moving on from that, back into the dressing room.
As you change your clothes, you think to yourself that even in drag, you still have incredible animal magnetism. Or is that just a lack of deodorant?
Now, wait a second.
These wigs are the latest fashion, if you have a cone head or like the purple haze look.
She sold me that wig, and it's still right back there on the mannequin head. Forget it. Not my job to do the graphic artist's job for them. Or something like that.
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
You're welcome, Marcinta. I will never speak to you again. Okay, now going the correct way on the conveyor belts. It's finally time to get out of this mall. As far as I know, all you have to do in order to pull this off is be wearing the full pair of pants and shoes. So a lot of what I did is optional, at this point at least. You'll have to do it eventually. Now there's someone I haven't seen before.
Nope. Nope. Bad color. Nope. There's nothing in my size.
What size is that? Oh, I see.
Hey, leave me alone. I've got programming to do. Hey, leave me alone. Hey, leave me...
Does he want money?
Hey, leave me alone. I've got programming to do.
Oh, wait, I know. You can do your programming on this.
Hey, leave me alone.
Whatever. That's the cameo I kept trying to get to appear before, and it didn't work. So the other thing we can do at this point in the game is randomly go into the right side of the arcade instead of the left. Remember last video I told you always make sure you come in on the left. Because if you come in on the right side, there's a certain spot where you can stand which causes something to happen. As follows. There is no way you can find out this is coming other than to trigger it. And I'll save the game again on a different file, just because. And that's our ticket out of here. Did he say halt woof woof?
Smoking is bad for your health.
That's right. The sequel police are just as deadly as ever, so let's see if we can sneak around behind him and get into that time pod. There we go. He's facing the other way, so we should be able to get to the... not the woof woof again.
Smoking is bad for your health.
Okay, clearly we have to get him out of the arcade completely in order to get to the time pod. Because you can't walk from the right to the left in front of the trash can. Just doesn't work. So let's see if we can hide somewhere and wait for the heat to die down a bit. Nope, they've closed the women's clothing store. Oh crap, they're standing right there.
Halt! We'll go!
Run! Dodge!
I shall pursue the local unit. Stay and guard the area.
Affirmative.
At least they're lousy shots. I miss stormtroopers a bit. And there's one coming the other way. Only one place to hide now. And again, they miss with every shot. I'm not used to that. So, better immediately become a moving target. And specifically get off the screens where they can shoot at me. Alright, we'll hide up here at the top of the dome for a while. See if we can lure them up here. There we go. And now we just gotta get at it. Oh, he got my leg.
Hint, hitting a moving target is more difficult than hitting a stationary lump.
I was moving, just in a bad direction at the time. So I need to stay near the bottom of the screen here so that I can make a quick escape when he appears. And that leaves the exit clear. So let's get the heck out of here. Come on, go. Go. Ah!
Zap zap, you're dead.
There's something like a dozen different messages you can get here depending on exactly what you're doing at the time. I'm not even going to try to get them all. I just want to survive this part. Show up already! Alright then, I'll just stay here swimming in circles, very much alive. Yep, there you go. Now I definitely need to vacate this screen before they catch me. And that's all you need to do. At this point, you're clear to head straight to the arcade and get out of here. But I'm going to go ahead and save anyway, because there is one other thing you can do in some versions of the game. This version, it doesn't seem to work, but at least I got off the screen before he could shoot me. Yeah, see, all the stores are closed here, but I believe that in the floppy version of the game, Radio Shack is still open at this point. And you can actually hide in there. I don't think the sequel police will ever actually completely vacate, but you do get to see them riding the conveyor belts and going, "Where is he?" Instead, I definitely don't want to return to the lobby screen and get shot, so let's make our way back to the arcade from here. Assuming we can get all the way there, of course. Only a couple screens to go. And no.
Zap zap, you're dead.
Alright, let's skip that and just get straight over there. And here we go, home free. It's alright, we can travel through time again. But first, write down this code. Again, you'll need to come back here later, and if you erase the code without writing it down, you're screwed. Now, we're going to go somewhere, but first I did promise you guys some Easter eggs, so let's check those out. First, this time code. Gotta match up all these symbols with what I've got written down. It'd be so much easier if they actually just used numbers.
It was the I Love Lunacy show. You must have briefly tuned into the electronic entrails of some long-lost civilization.
And my weight cursor is frozen.
You can't use that here.
What's going on?
Nothing happened.
Alright, back to it. Someone pointed out in the thread you can just hit all the buttons across the top, and then the first one in the second row, and get somewhere else.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally...
I had forgotten how wonderful it was. And check it out, it's Space Quest 3, The Pirates of Pestilon. And that looks like Ortega.
This view provides a flashback to a recent adventure. It looks real hot out there. Hot enough for thermo-weave underwear.
I'm sure Roger's still wearing his pair from the previous game, so let's check it out.
This is Roger. This is Roger on Ortega. Any questions?
Yeah, what's that weird noise in the background? Seriously, that's annoying. Alright, one more Easter egg to go, and this one only works in the patched version of the game that I'm running. And the symbols are in even weirder patterns than before, so it'll take me a while to find them all. There we go, and that guy.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally... nothing much happens. That must not have been a valid code. Try again.
That's weird. It must have been a dud code. Alright, let's try this one. Got a much better feeling this time.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally...
There!
nothing much happens. That must not have been a valid code. Try again.
Come on, guys. There. That.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally...
Finally! Yeah, I'm just kidding. You actually have to put in all three of those codes in that order in order to make this work. And no, I'm not going to skip that message because I love it so much. And we're back in Space Quest 4 again. Although this room is right out of King's Quest 6. And it's all...
You don't need to look at that.
Can't even see out the window. And the time code has gone back to the one for Ortega for some reason. Alright, well, let's get out and check out this place. Is this, Quest for Glory music? And our narration is gone. Wait, that's... some kind of symbol on the wall that I think was meant to be in the Adventurers Guild. And of course the original Heroes Quest logo, before they renamed it to Quest for Glory. And the graphics for Slime Chow and Slug Chow from the Game Over messages in this game, which you guys have seen because I'm using the patched version that replaced them. And the original ZZ Top. It looks like they were going to have Earl Sinclair in, of course, Quest for Glory 1. And then they got the original Droids Are Us sign. Doesn't look anything like the Toys R Us sign. And another one that you guys have gotten to see already. The familiar Radio Shock sign. And a note that may explain all of this. Yes, that was a death message that got removed. Well, anyway, in case you haven't figured it out, let's see what this room is all about. And this is actually on the Space Quest 4 disc. This patch has just added a way to get to it, and there's no way back.
There is no reply.
Hey, at least there's some narration.
It smells like something that wasn't designed for noses.
Nothing much interesting to do in here, though, so let's head back. No, I don't want to save. Thank you. Let's restore. There we go. So, the question is, with all those Easter eggs, where am I supposed to go? And here I'm opening the menu, trying to get to the inventory screen. No, it's finally time to resort to that hint book we purchased. And none of these hints have anything to do with anything, but there's one that looks interesting. I'm in the stupid time pod. Where else can I go? It's actually a hint that applies to the game. Let's check it out. Alright, not very helpful. Slightly less helpful, I think. Huh, Ulem's Flats from Space Quest 1.
Oh, great. Only half the answer showed. It must be a defective hint module.
And normally, if you're playing the game carefully, you would already have found the other half of the coordinates. I kind of skipped it because I did it in one take and then had to redo the video and forgot about it. Remember the paper-wrapped wad of chewing gum? This is what was inside it.
These symbols look vaguely familiar. Now, where have you seen them?
So we've got the second half of a code where the first half is covered with gum, and the first half of a code where the second half just plain doesn't show. Put them together, and you've got a full time code. And this is the one that doesn't change from playthrough to playthrough. It's always the same, because it's part of the game's graphics.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally...
And there we go. The first time, I might add, that we have had any direction in this game at all about where to go or what to do. And it's hidden in a hint book. But there we are, back in the original version of the original Space Quest.
Memories race through your mind. You know you've seen this place in your distant past. The low-resolution features look exactly like a place you once visited called Ulem's Flats.
Of course, we all remember that, because it's only been, what, a couple months? Yeah, remember in the remake when the time pod appeared just as Roger was leaving Ulem's Flats in the spaceship? It's a reference to this. So, of course, let's go ahead and have some fun, shall we? And by fun, I mean torture Roger a little bit. Oh, hey, check it out. It's the old-style save screen. Well, old like the one from Space Quest 3. Pretty sure that's just in keeping with the feel of the area.
It's a Walmart force field generation unit.
See, I'm surprised they didn't have to take that out for trademark reasons.
Ouch! Ah, crap! Cripes! I hate it when that happens!
Don't stop doing it.
Aw, cripes!
Thousands of volts pass through your cranium, turning your brain into a quivering mass of short-circuited neurons, which effectively terminates all interpretation of sensory impulses. You musculate your spasms for the last time as the force field shock causes you to give up the ghost.
Yep, we're back to being able to kill yourself on the force field.
Don't lick it. Who knows where it's been last? Okay. As the moist surface of your oral muscle comes in contact with the fully energized force field, you realize your mistake. Thousands of volts pass through your cranium, turning your brain into a quivering mass of short-circuited neurons, which effectively terminates all interpretation of sensory impulses. You musculate your spasms for the last time as the force field shock causes you to give up the ghost.
And I think we'll leave it there for now. Next time, we'll properly explore Ulem's Flats, check out a bunch of stuff that even I haven't done yet, and found out what's happening, and hopefully actually begin to make some progress in the actual plot of this game. Wow! See you guys next time for that.